If I'm dressed like a Russian Commodore, it's because it's 15 degrees outside. So today we are taking care of our chickens in the cold, but also even when it's cold weather like this, we are planning ahead, looking to winter, getting our garden area ready, looking at trees with silvopasturing, and also taking care of our chickens. That's the main thing today in this cold. So stick with us as we take care of the chickens and get ready for the spring. All right, so we've got a special treat for the chickens today. Typically when it's this cold, we serve them some warm oatmeal and some pinto beans. And the reason why we do pintos, they're cheap, it's easy, but it's also a good protein source. So we add that to the regular chicken feed. We also add some spices like oregano, paprika, and behind me you can see pepper flakes. So they can't taste the heat, but it helps with just parasite control, digestion, but also warms them up a little bit along with the warm pintos. And it's always good to add some apple cider vinegar to their water, and we add it to their food. Hey, Buzz. Hang on. All right, so you can see the chickens are going to town on it. We've got them in two separate bowls, but they just make their way back and forth. One of them thinks they get an extra treat and everybody starts running to the other bowl. It's kind of funny. But like we mentioned before, part of 2024 is relocating our garden. We are trying to make sure that we had the pigs right here, and the chickens have really done a great job of tilling up the ground where the pigs were. They get all the nutrients left behind, plus the more hay and things we put down here, it's gonna eventually just turn into good compost. So they're down here doing their job, but this is actually good for us to kind of map out the space that we're gonna need for the garden. We are gonna do some raised beds with a hoop house, and that chicken little run to help protect them from the snow and ice and wind and predators actually helped us to practice to get ready for that. One thing is their waterers get frozen, so you have to break that up. We use the Stark line chicken netting, and it's been really good for us. We haven't had any issues. The only thing I recommend, especially when you get chickens, is to go around the perimeter and see how the leaves are collecting when it's really windy. I would suggest just going around and kicking those leaves out so it doesn't short the netting. not bad, about 5 eggs. Well, as you can see, this is where our garden is going to go. We've already got the watering system in place from when we had the pigs. We've got the gutter collection, one of those big totes that we covered in black plastic, and we fed a water hose down. We'll eventually take the fencing from the old garden and put it down here. But we're gonna do raised bed gardens and just mapping that out. Inside, I'm practicing growing microgreens, which I made a video previously about that. Again, we're just learning, and it's actually going pretty good. The only issue I had is I wasn't watering them enough. And these are our raised garden beds. These are made out of cedar pickets. They are 3 by 6. And we'll show you how to build those coming up soon, but these are really good, inexpensive, and they'll last because they're made out of cedar. So these are our raised garden beds. The wintertime is also a good opportunity to look at silvopasturing. You don't have the leaves getting in your way. You can get a good idea about the canopy above and take out some of the smaller trees that will help get the sunlight down to the ground to help promote growth. And if you guys can see behind me, we've got trees marked. These are additional trees that we're going to take down. This will help with the sunlight getting through to grow more grass, because that's where we're going to have our chicken tractors. Bradford pears apparently are not really good. We're going to cut that one right there down. But it's pretty, it gives good blooms, but it can be invasive as well. But it also smells like fish. So there you go, guys. Preparing for the spring and the winter. Making sure you got your chickens nice and healthy. Give them a warm treat every once in a while. It's also a good opportunity to map out silvopasturing. Now that you don't have the leaves around, kind of map out the trees that you want to cut down. And we're going to be doing that in a couple weeks when it's not 20 degrees outside. But then also getting your garden ready. Like I said before, we're starting with microgreens, trying those out. It is definitely a lot of errors in our trials, but that's how you learn. So we're gonna also be starting our tomato seeds usually around March time. So that'll be coming up in a couple of months. But right now we're in the downtime, keeping the wood pile stocked inside, getting our garden mapped out, taking care of our chickens, making sure that they're nice and warm, producing eggs in the winter, and also getting our silvopasture opened up more and getting ready to cut those trees down. So thank you guys for joining us today. We appreciate you guys. If you're new to the channel, we would love it if you'd subscribe, like this. That just helps with the YouTube, putting it out there to more people. If you like the content, we appreciate it. Come back and join us, and we'll see you on the next video. That's right. You tell them.